Hi guys, so today we're talking about essential oils. I'm going to tell you the brands that I like, what to look for, and a little bit more. Alright, so essential oils. I cannot live without essential oils. They're a huge part of my life. I've been using them for 30 years. I actually studied aromatherapy probably about 25, almost 30 years ago in the UK. I love essential oils because they have so many uses. They're incredibly therapeutic. They work on the limbic system, which is a system that makes us feel different. So oils can be uplifting, they can be soothing, they can help us to focus. A myriad of different sort of emotional and spiritual uses. But then aside from that, I use them in skincare, DIY skincare, cleaning products. I use them to perfume my house, and the list goes on and on. But one of the main questions that I'm getting from you guys through YouTube and from Facebook is, Sophie, what brands do you recommend? Which brands do you like? So I feel in a good position to be able to recommend a couple of brands to you because I don't work for any brands. So my recommendation, I have no agenda and it's completely unbiased. So a couple of brands that I like. One actually I've sort of recently come across and fallen for. And the reason how I found this was because I take a lot of essential oils onto the TV show that I do, Hallmark's Home and Family show. And so I'm always grabbing oils at my local stores here in LA to take onto that show. And that's how I found this brand called Veriditas. And so I looked into it a little bit more because I wanted to make sure that it sort of checked all my boxes. And I really love this brand. The link is underneath the video. Now, one of the main reasons why I love it is that the owner of this brand is Melissa, is an aromatherapist, the real thing. And she has a blog and she shows you how to use them and she gives you recipes. And I like her and I like her brand. She's a small brand. She's sort of in control of the whole thing. And her oils are beautiful. They're very, very high quality. Not only does she have different separate oils, but she also has some really beautiful blends. So you might want to check that out. Now, another brand that I really like is called Mountain Rose Herbs. And for those of you that follow me and look at all my other videos, I have loads and loads of DIY videos on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. But Mountain Rose Herbs is fantastic. They're based in Oregon. They are sustainable. So they invest in sustainable agriculture, which is really important to make sure that we're not depleting the earth when we're purchasing our oils. They're organic. And they have a massive inventory. So I can find any oil, however obscure, that I'm looking for there, and they're reasonably priced, and their customer service is great, blah, blah, blah. So I really like Mountain Rose Herbs. Now, if you can't get either of those two brands, or if you're in a different country and you still want to find a really good essential oil, here's what you need to look for. So the main two terms that are bandied around in the essential oil business are pure and therapeutic, all right? And there are some brands out there who say we're the only brand that has completely pure and therapeutic oils. Well, that is absolutely not true because there are many brands like the two that I've just shown you which are both pure and therapeutic. So just a quick breakdown of what that means. What does a pure oil mean? Well, for me, a pure oil means that it's free of toxins and synthetics and preservatives, but most importantly, that it's unadulterated. And this means that it's not cut with other cheap oils, because in some cases, you could have a little tiny bottle like this. It could have a few drops of the pure essential oil in it, and then they could fill up the rest of the bottle with some cheap oil, in which case it's really not much good and you're wasting your money. So pure is something that it is pure. Every drop in that is an essential oil. Now, the therapeutic thing, what therapeutic means is that it will actually do something. It has an action. It'll do something other than just smelling nice. And that's the whole thing of essential oils. You know, you wouldn't have to waste your money. You could just go and get a perfume or a synthetic perfume. Like, for instance, a synthetic rose perfume smells nice, but it's not going to affect your limbic system. It's not going to have its anti-aging benefits on your skin. It's not going to do anything. It's a synthetic lavender, for instance, wouldn't be antiviral or antibacterial. So your essential oils need to be therapeutic, or sometimes some brands say we're therapeutic grade, or we're the only brand that is therapeutic grade. Well, again, not true. There are many, many brands that are therapeutic grade. So that is a little bit confusing for you guys, which is why I wanted to give you my recommendations, and there are many others, and please feel free to sort of join the conversation in the comments underneath this video, because maybe you guys have some brands that you really like too. But again, if you can't find the brands that I've mentioned, what to look for. So the first thing that I recommend you look for is look for any certifications that they might have. So if we look on this little bottle here, the Veriditas bottle, they have two little certifications. One is the USDA organic certification, and the other is EcoCert. And EcoCert, not an easy certification to get. So that shows me immediately that this is a really serious brand. They're not cheaping out on us. It's expensive to bottle 100% certified organic oils. And so Veriditas makes sure that that's what their whole thing is about. And so that immediately tells me this is a good quality, serious, pure, and therapeutic grade oil. So also, let's have a look at this one, Mountain Rose Herbs, same deal. It says certified organic on the bottle right here, and then there's the little USDA certified stamp. And you can also go, if there's another brand that you find, go to their website and look up their certification, and also look up, because again, a really important thing for me is sustainability, because it takes, hundreds and thousands of tons of a certain flower or herb to make the tiniest bit of oil. And essential oils are so popular and now that we don't want to just sort of pillage the earth just to get these little bottles. But companies like Mountain Rose Herbs are invested in sustainability, and that is very important to me. And then finally, the two other things to look for is look for oils that come in a dark glass bottle, an opaque glass bottle, normally either blue or amber. This is because essential oils are light sensitive, and that means that if they're exposed to sunlight, the compounds will break down and they'll become completely ineffective and might even go rancid. And then finally, when you're shopping, if you're actually in a store, which is how I prefer, I actually like to smell the oils before I buy them, is take the cap off, and most of them have testers, and smell it, and it should be super duper strong, the smell. So this lavender one, for instance, is super strong. When I smell it, it's like, wow, that is so lavendery. Whereas if you're really having to sniff and you're like, there's a little bit of lavender in there, it probably means that it's not that pure. So that's what to look for. And remember, although some of these oils you think, wow, they're kind of expensive, just remember two things. One, you use 2 or 3 or 5 drops at a time. So one little bottle is going to last you an awfully long time. So it's an investment to buy a bottle. It's a really good investment. And the second thing is they last a long time. So the shelf life, if you keep it in a cool, dark cabinet, is a couple of years on each bottle. So you've got it for a while. Please leave me questions. I'm sure you'll have a few. Leave me comments, leave me ideas for other videos. And if there's one bottle of essential oil that you need to have, that every home needs to have, it would be a lavender essential oil. Because lavender you're going to use for stress relief. You can put it in your bath. You can diffuse it throughout your house. You can use it in skincare. You can use it in cleaning products. And the list goes on and on and on. So get you a bottle of organic lavender essential oil, and I'll see you